Don't hate me, guys.
Delray Misfits podcast.
Take a seat.
Don't hate me, guys.
Delray Misfits
Don't
podcast.
hate me, guys. Don't hate me, guys. Don't hate me, guys.
Delray Misfits
Don't
podcast.
hate me, guys. Don't hate me.
Take a seat.
Don't hate me, guys.
Delray.
Oh, set a fucking ball.
There we go.
The podcast is back.
How about
Don't
that?
hate me, guys.
Delray.
Oh, set a fucking ball.
There you
The
go.
podcast is back.
How about that?
All right, dusted off the old podcast machine, and here we go.
Are you rolling?
Yeah,
All right.
68.
68.
Let's see how long it takes us to get to 69.
Yeah, no shit. Well, if and when we do a 69, I guess we're going to have a female here, no?
Is that a Freudian slip?
I don't want to do one with you, you fucking pig.
It's a Freudian slip.
Well, you guys can,
Obviously. Did you have to state it, Brad?
you guys can 69 each other on
see,
episode
now-
69.
See, now he saw what it was.
I am home for tonight. Oh, of course.
Doesn't he at his mom's? She's fucking
Yeah,
3 minutes from
he's
here.
3 minutes away from me.
Oh, I'm off tomorrow, so.
Brad has a gift that was sent for Jason, and we couldn't figure out what it was till we opened it up.
Jason's like, open it up. He said, return to sender. He said, look at it in the light, see what it is. I said, me and Andrew can't figure out what the fuck it is.
Because us dingalings didn't
So we
open.
just open. He said, open it up. So we open it up. It's a rare Nazi coin. What is it? A 5-cent thing, Lenny?
5
Yeah.
Deutschmarks.
5
Not even.
Deutschmarks.
I would have no idea.
What, it has a 5 on it, and then
I know. I think a Deutschmark, you have a Reichsmark. Yeah.
and it has an eagle. It's holding a swastika on
Well,
the back of
the
it.
guy
It's a rare
wrote
coin.
the guy wrote Reich Eagle on the card.
Yeah.
Remember, that money was destroyed after the denazification program after World War II ended.
Yeah, it's probably.
So anything that's still around is a rare and probably valuable item.
I bet he's glad now I didn't fucking send it back. Little shit. I thought it was like a SIM card or something. The way the guy wrapped it up
Yeah.
all tight from Tom in Davenport, Florida.
Well,
Jason won't thank you, but we will.
His OCD has definitely transferred from worrying about viewers and subscribers to coins. He keeps sending me videos every day of his coins.
Yeah, he's obsessed.
It's
I sent
it's
him
his
the
thing,
pic.
man.
I sent him the picture of the letter from the PO box, and his response was, "Don't these fans and trolls realize I am done? Look through the light. Tell me what it is first before I take it. Not taking things from sick fucks if it a troll gifted."
Hey, what Jesse Jackson say? Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
He's done till Grandma kicks the bucket.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Yeah. It's a shame, though, because he met me at LA Fitness in Boca about 3 weeks ago, and he was going around at different members in the gym showing them his coin collection on his cell phone.
Oh my God.
And he and Kojak, he's a guy Brad and I know from the gym.
You would know him if you saw him.
Yeah.
He went to the Old World Gym. He's a pain in the ass.
Because he always has a lollipop in his mouth, so we call him Kojak.
He's bald. Yeah.
And he and Jason engaged in this great conversation about coins. And if only Jason would let me film. If Jason even sees me take out my cell phone when he's at the gym, he will storm off. You're not going to film me, bro. You're not going to secretly film me, bro.
I could
You
have
know
sworn
I can't film.
I saw him in a Darth Vader costume, and they took a mask off him. What was that all about, Jason?
That was money talks.
I'm like, Jason, relax. I'm just checking a text message, man. I'm not trying to film you.
PJ paid him.
Oh, yeah, the wrestling match. He does that. I think the deal with him and PJ and that is they're going to do it on major holidays. So like 6 times a year, PJ's going to have him do some shit for his channel.
There's 6
That's the
major
arrangement. And every time you ask Jason how much he's getting paid, the number changes every time. It's $1,000, it's $500, it's $2,000.
It goes all the way down to $20.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice of PJ that you spoke to him about opening his ring up for the two
Yeah.
turds. to
That reminds me, I got to text
smack
him.
each other around.
Text him tomorrow about it. I think a better wager would be that if Jay loses this boxing match with McCuck, for 1 year, Jay has to do all of his live streams wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt. Forget deleting your social media.
That's actually not a bad
Right?
idea. I don't think there should be any stipulation. That's one thing I do agree with Jay on is the contract thing, stipulations. You'd want him to keep his social media because he's going to get fucking ripped
Of course.
if he happens to lose.
He's not losing that badge.
But I think the stipulations should be far more severe if Jay doesn't accept the challenge, because we're all sick and tired of him doing that.
It's going to happen.
Issuing
again.
challenges to
Not
people.
accepting that.
Yeah.
Not following through with it.
Well, the one he might is closest to accepting is against a guy that has the worst fucking genetics out of anybody he's ever challenged. So it's a fucking win-win for McLeod.
Actually,
It's a
there's
total-
somebody worse I saw yesterday.
It's a total lose-lose for
Yeah.
Jay. There's nothing for him to gain out of it.
well,
You know what I
well,
mean?
at least he stood up to somebody.
What?
He never accepted
Well, he
any
called him out
challenges.
first.
So let them fight first, and then we'll.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But
I'm
yeah,
willing to bet it doesn't happen.
I'm texting PJ tomorrow. He already gave me a tentative yes to host it at Blackstone sometime after Christmas. I'm going to touch base with him again tomorrow and see what we can hammer out.
All you need is a simple liability so they don't sue each other or the place they're doing it at, and go have at it. That's it. No, why complicate shit? You know?
Brad, we willing to take on the winner?
No, I'm not even going to that bullshit.
Yeah, that's Med City, Brad. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
It's called Cringe City.
You wouldn't go see that?
No, I watched the fucking video. How's that? I don't want.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to be anywhere near.
Let's
that
back up
fucking
here, Brad.
asswipe, okay, I've made
What?
that perfectly clear. I want.
What is this, out of fear or what?
No, I don't want to be around the asshole.
Which one? There's two of them. Possibly three, counting PJ. Bro, Brad, the Maniacs are going to go wild with this. You don't want to be there?
For what? I don't want to.
That's an historic event.
It'd be a distraction anyway.
Why?
Let them do their
A
thing.
distraction about what?
I don't want to give Jay any excuses to lose.
I don't get it.
Brad was there and he flustered.
Watch, it'll be like Francis Ngannou against Derek Lewis. Remember they just danced around the ring for 3 rounds and didn't throw a punch?
The only thing Jay needs to do is just walk into the center of the ring, stand there, take Adam's best shots, counterpunch him, not run around so he doesn't gas out, and that's it.
Have you seen Adam's shots?
Have you seen Jay's head? It's a cinder block.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Adam, no offense to Adam, he's not hurting Jay. Sorry. You can give him 3 free shots. He's not hurting
I hope
Jay.
Adam's playing
if
possum.
Jay had longer arms like you, he could just like hold the top of his head and let him swing like a little kid. Yeah, I can see that being a total embarrassment.
Hey, if I can go there and film it, I told PJ I'll film it for his channel. I said, if you host it, we'll throw the whole damn thing on Blackstone Labs
Men's
channel.
City.
You gonna ref it, Lenny?
Actually, I shouldn't have said this, but I was approached
It'd be a ring.
by one Adam McLeod to be in his corner.
Who's it to be the ring girl?
PJ's got some hot chicks.
That's
on
true.
today.
How about the Taco Queen?
Ah.
I'm sure that would motivate the other guy.
She can probably beat either of them. Yeah. Hey, the good thing about that whole situation, it definitely acted as a good bridge in between the total lack of content we've been putting out.
Well,
you
that's
know?
why they love Jay, because he just continues to embarrass.
Who's
them.
they?
Here we go.
Troll,
Who's
man.
they?
You know who? He provides Ments, embarrassing himself doing drunk lives. That's Ments to them.
I wasn't expecting that one last night. Who the fuck was that woman who was in it with him? Did you see that? You didn't see that hag that was in the live stream with him last night? It looked like a Jane's
see a
sister
clip
or
of it,
something.
yeah. The woman can't even speak.
And Jay was muted the whole time. He couldn't talk. It was really bizarre. Where does he find these
He's
people?
turned into Jason. He's a fucking train wreck. It's just to watch. To fucking, you never know. Or whatever.
You don't want to be there. I don't get it.
No, thank you.
Maniacs, will you please leave some comments as to why you would think Brad would not attend? Because quite honestly, I'm very stumped at this.
I don't want to be anywhere around that man ever again.
What man?
Okay, you're right.
That's a man.
The human
backing down from everybody?
Human filth.
He's not a man until he at least accepts a challenge, and we'll call him that.
Well, he apparently accepted Adam, so we'll see what happens. There's going to be some bullshit.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Exactly.
So Lenny, you have a story to tell that you've had on ice now for quite some time.
Yeah,
You feel like telling it tonight?
absolutely.
This is a on a 1 to 10. This is like a 9.5 on the Lenny
I
scale.
remember that day very well.
3 months ago on a Friday evening, end of summer.
Wait, Lenny, hold it because I'm going to film this for your channel. Hang on. All right, start talking.
Finished my workout, went home, took a shower. It was a Friday night, end of summer, I would say early September. And I was going to get on Fort Lauderdale, see if I can get a little spot as a club security or bar bouncer. And I had on my black shoes, my trousers, and my dress shirt.
Trousers.
So I was pretty, just dressed up to possibly work the door that night somewhere. So I went down to Fort Lauderdale, which was in south, and I got off at Sunrise Boulevard. And I went west I went east instead of west.
Well, west you run into the swap shop, right, on Sunrise? That's where the drive-in theater is. The end of Sunrise west.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't aware. I don't know. It's not too familiar with that area.
Swap shop.
I'm more a Broward Boulevard type guy.
Yeah, I know.
So when I
Where all the action is.
at the first light, as soon as I got off 95 going east, there was a girl in front of the McDonald's at the bus stop. Very pretty black girl.
First of all, I'll just clear
Nice
this
body.
up. If you're in South Florida and you get off 95 east, anywhere between 95 and what would you say, Federal? It's not areas you want to fucking be.
I'm sorry, I went west.
But you know
you went
what?
west.
I never understood that because you would think that would be prime real
Close to the
estate.
highway?
Correct. Close to the beach, close to the highway.
The only area that's Boca when you get off a 95 east. Anywhere else south, just off 95 are not good areas.
And how do you know this?
Because I've lived here my whole life, Leonard.
So you've been down those areas
Yes,
many times.
yes.
For what reason?
He's a male prick. He knows
Let's hear
these
some of your
neighborhoods.
stories, Brad. Well, anyway,
Finish. Go ahead.
she's
Do
very
your story.
attractive, and I was at the red light, waiting to turn left. I was going to make a U-turn and go east, north towards Federal. So, I looked to the right, and I was like, wow, this girl. And she started, hey, because I looked at her, and I smiled, and she smiled back at me. I admit I initiated the smile first, and she waved, hey, where are you going? I rolled the window down. I'm looking to get a job as a nightclub security. So I ride along with you? I said, sure. So she got in the front seat. We started talking. It's very nice. Told me she was from Philadelphia. She came down here a few months ago.
To rip off white people.
Yeah, but very shockingly. I mean, it wasn't. I know a druggy crack whore when I see it, and she wasn't one of them. She was a very pretty girl, very young. And I asked her nationality. She said she was Haitian. It's very, very nice. And talking about
your cup of tea
different
right there.
So we backtracked. I went back up north to a place. It was a sports bar that was open at the time. And when I came to the door, and you could tell the bouncers, they get real. When I come around asking for a job, it's like they don't want to cooperate. I always say, can I speak to the manager? Because they don't want to take your job. It seems like they get so insecure.
Right, yeah.
And she didn't have a mask, so we're standing out front. And we had to leave, and then she's like, let's go back to where I live. So we went down back to Sunrise, and we made a left onto, it was 29th Street. She goes, I live right there. So I pulled in front of this house. It was somewhat nice. And I pulled over, and as soon as I put in park, she turned the keys and pulled them out. Ran out of the car. I'm like, what? So I got out of the car, and she started going towards this 29th Street. Or I'm sorry, 79th Street.
So you don't have a push.
I said,
You don't
"What
have
are
a
you
push
doing?" I
start
said, "Give
car.
me these keys."
Took the key out of the ignition.
Right. I said, give me those keys. And she's walking up north. She wouldn't say anything, so I jogged up to her, grabbed her, and I said, where are the keys? She had a purse. I said, where are those effing keys at? She's like, oh, she goes, I think I dropped them. And I said, get back here. And she goes, get off of me. She goes, why you be tripping on me? So I said, dump that purse on the foot of this car.
Why you be tripping on me? You just took my keys out of my
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
ignition, you
I dumped it
asshole.
out. I said, where's the keys?
No reason.
Nothing. There wasn't any keys in the purse. Dumped everything out. She said, give me them effing keys. And she's like, oh, she goes, I think I dropped them on the sidewalk. And it started getting dark at that point. And I really wasn't paying much attention to the neighborhood. I'm looking around. I'm like, this is a real crummy neighborhood. There's a lot of you-know-whats walking around. Didn't look too good. And it was hot. I was sweating. I'm like, this is just, I was getting just, ready to blow my top. And we went up to look at it. And then we're looking by the sidewalk, and she's looking, acting like they're on the ground. I'm thinking, I said, well, how the hell could you drop those keys? So she came back to the car, and I was up there looking, maybe 30 feet away. And all of a sudden, she gets in my car and drives away with the keys. She had them on her. And I'm like, what? I sprinted back. Then I'm standing there. I'm like, what the hell? What do I do now? So I'm standing there 15 minutes. I was bare-chested, sweating like
Michael Jackson in a Toys R Us.
Yeah. Or a PM at a hanging. And
Continue.
all the people are pulling over, and somebody said, this black girl put up, she says, hey, sir, is it something I can do for you? I says, yeah, somebody just stole my car. I said, I don't know what to do. And they're like, shh. She goes, what? And I'm like, yeah. So then, all of a sudden, she comes back out of another car, driving around, and this other car comes out. She gets out of the car, and I run into my car, and she, wait a minute. No, what happened was, when I came back to the car, the first time, she had gotten into another car and drove off. And then, 15 minutes later, my car was still there, right? So, this is before, no, she didn't open the car, but she got another car and drove off. And then, I'm over there again at that area looking for the keys on the ground. Then all of a sudden, this car speeds up, goes right past me to the car, and it was her. She gets out of the car and speeds off going east. And I'm sprinting to the car, and I barely touched the car. I was sprinting at the car.
With your car keys
smacked
while
her.
your empty car sat there.
Right.
Okay.
She went with somebody before she went.
So you were set up. She was probably setting the whole thing
Yeah.
up while she was sitting in your car.
So at that point, I called
through
I called-
text messages
I
with her
called
buddy.
911, Fort Lauderdale police. I got there in about 15 minutes. It was an undercover car. And I gave the information, and I'm talking, and then the homeowner, the cops went out to talk to the homeowner who was in front of the car. I said, no, she didn't live here. But they have everything on tape. There's a camera. Something, and that's good. Then the cops tell me, well, we want you to go to the police station. So, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on foot. He goes, no, we can't give you a ride, but we can, keep an eye on you. Just walk to, actually it was Broward at that point, walk to Broward and, 441 where the police station is. And so when I was walking there, I got a text. She was saying the car was at some motel down in 441 in Davie.
So when you walked away, that's when they came back and took the car.
Yeah. So then I had to go. She texted me and says at 441 in Davie. And at that point, I called a ride and went home and caught another ride the next day. And we went and checked it out. And sure enough, the car was there. Of course, I didn't have the keys. It was in front of this hotel. And I noticed in the canal next to it, all the things in my car, my neck harness, some of my clothes, weightlifting equipment, things I had in the console was thrown into the canal. And so then we called the cops again, and they took the information. And one of the cops was telling me, oh, be straight up with me. He says, she was a hooker, wasn't she? I said, no. He goes, just be straight up. And I said, I wish she was. She's a fucking car thief. Fuck. What the fuck am I going to admit to that for? And they're like, oh, so don't worry, we got her on tape. But then they ended up towing the car. I had to get a key made, which cost a few $100s. And got into the car, and everything was all right from there. She didn't damage or anything. But they started sending me pictures of girls they brought in and arrested. And they're ugly as sin. I said, that's not her. She's a good-looking girl. Sending me these disgusting, ugly pictures.
And you were sober at the time when you picked her up, correct? Yeah.
So it's just one of those things,
Well, here's the $1 million question. Have you picked up any strange woman in your car since this happened?
Not strange, but good-looking. Couple. Come on.
I was going to see if you were lying about that.
Because I knew you knew the answer to
Big
that.
difference is my hands and and I should have known better from my younger days. Keep your hands close to those keys and be ready to grab them, because if she gets the keys, you're done. And she can only get them if it's in park or turned off. So if you guys gonna get busy in your car with a girl you don't know, grab the keys and put them in your pockets.
Well, plus what the writing on the side of that vehicle kind of makes you a mark when it says cannabis card. So they might think he's
That's actually a very good
That's
point.
what
transporting legal cannabis, you know.
That's what the sheriff said, but
They probably thought they would get a nice score.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Medical supply, whatever. Something worth some
Yep.
money. They were probably pissed when they found a fucking
Any
neck
kind of
harness.
drugs.
yeah, you could tell they looked through it, and they left
Did they-
my
did
bottle of vitamin C.
Did you have the destroyer in the car at the time? Any of
Yeah.
the treats that we've gotten delivered
Yeah,
here?
and unfortunately, that was
They're probably like, this motherfucker
that was
sick.
that was in a canal.
What, they found it in a canal?
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't bother going in a canal. It was mud.
Imagine someone goes fishing and they catch that on their hook. We got a big one, Earl. They reel it in and it's a fucking black destroyer. Do we throw it back? Or do we keep it?
But the strange thing was, when we went to the hotel to see the car there, and we spoke to the police, they said, "Oh, this car wasn't here like 30 minutes ago." So I could have come across these people. Wow. Says, really? And they parked at a certain place where the hotel's camera wasn't in their visibility. So like I said, I mean, you could pick up a girl, but, you got to watch a few things. She could pull something on you or grab the keys.
Yeah.
Or cut you or hit you, spray you.
How about the one you picked up a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. I was on the phone with Brad, got out of the gym in West Palm, and a nice-looking Puerto Rican came by in some stretch shorts with a
Over there on
body.
Okeechobee Military, right?
Yeah, nice-looking, walking across the street, and I just, when I give girls a smile, show them the teeth. I mean, what can I say? It's
Panty
pretty much-
dropper.
No, he's on the phone with
Yeah.
me. He's like, Brad, hold on. He's like, hey, you want a ride? Where are you going?
Oh,
You need a
God.
ride?
I got like this.
Get in. She's like, yeah. She jumps in. I hear
Yeah.
her voice. I'm like, Lenny, be fucking careful, man.
Well, I knew
You need-
that.
No, Brad, she's beautiful. You should see this girl. You should see her. She's like, oh, yeah.
Well,
You need to do what Jay does. You need to carry wasp spray in your car. You ever see
Yeah.
that big canister he's shown us?
Jay.
Jay, yeah, RJ.
What's he use that for? When the little kids come to attack him, the 8-year-olds that he goes after.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Why don't he bring the wasp spray to the McLeod fight?
But you didn't score anything with that broad. Just gave her a ride to fucking 7-Eleven, and that was it.
She wanted to party, but she never.
Wasn't she the one that told you about dipping the cigarettes in
Yeah,
embalming fluid or some
Yeah.
fucking thing?
that's what she wanted to do.
I know. You called me back. You're like, Brad, have you ever heard of this? Dipping cigarettes in embalming fluid?
Letting it dry.
I think I have heard of that,
Have you?
actually.
letting
Yeah.
it dry. And they do it with joints, too, so.
She got to go to the fucking funeral party.
I don't know. Where do you order embalming fluid from?
Online.
Get it
Yeah, you
online?
can fucking order anything online, really.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
What's nuts is those guys, necrophiliacs, working in the funeral parlor to fuck a dead body. We had guys from my hometown that did that. Our trainer, our football team, his family owned a funeral home, and they caught him having sex with a dead body.
Jesus Christ.
Hang on a second.
What the fuck? How much time do you get for that?
I don't know what happened to that case.
That is sick.
Well, now they have necrophiliacs rights, so it's accepted.
Yeah.
Just like the pedophilia. Less than 5 years, Brad. Accepted.
Hey, I'm not
Guaranteed.
going to argue with you anymore about shit, man. You called it on a lot
I
of
hate to
things
say
that
it.
I thought you were nuts saying, but
But-
I wouldn't. With the way shit's going,
Because minors, according to these people, have the right to have sex.
you can't even.
It's their body, their choice.
The word unbelievable doesn't even need to be in anybody's vocabulary anymore. Everything's fucking believable at this point.
Right.
I mean, it.
What about Jay fighting McLeod? Is that believable?
How about this? Is this believable? The name of this article is Kazakhstani bodybuilder marries sex doll after whirlwind romance. All right, this is from November 30th. So what? 10 days ago.
Kyrgyzstan. That's Borat, right?
Yeah. Proving that love is blind and sometimes kooky, a bodybuilder from Kazakhstan has tied the knot with his dearly beloved, a sex doll he dated for 8 months before proposing a year ago.
How do you date a sex doll?
I don't know. Clad in a black tux and bow tie, Yuri Tolochko is seen planting a gentle kiss on Margot, who appears a bit stiff in her revealing white gown as she clutches a bouquet of flowers and stares into the distance. The couple also shared a romantic first dance in front of dozens of guests who attended the traditional ceremony, which is shared on Instagram. The unconventional couple got engaged in December 2019 when the bald, blue-eyed hunk, who described, are they talking about Jay or the, who described himself as a sexy maniac, popped the question. What do you think about that, Lenny?
It's going to be.
Oh, by the way,
more.
here's a picture. Looks like Kalora a little bit. Did you see this?
No. What the fuck? That's got to be a gag. That can't be fucking real.
I don't know. Yeah, there are more
It's a
pictures.
good way to get publicity.
I guess.
Well, in 10, 20 years, the technology of them, they'll be just almost human.
You get to pick what they look like. You get a Christina Broccolini replica.
Guess who has a few of them now?
Who?
Joe Rogan.
Look.
Not bad. What do you think he does with all that money? He's the type of guy as a kid, come on over, look at all the stuff I got. Spoiled little brat that thinks he's a tough guy. He has some now, so until that guy comes clean.
Shit wouldn't surprise me, man. It's good God. How is that you can marry a sex doll?
It's better than those old fashioned
What?
dolls that we had.
Well, hey,
Hillary
look,
Clinton.
Bruce Jenner won fucking Woman of the
Me.
Year a few years ago, right?
It took him
So
8
what
months
the
to get to
fuck?
know her. I mean,
Anything's
why not?
possible.
Why
yeah.
not after a week? It's a
Hey,
doll.
well, look at her, you know. I'm not saying I'd marry her, but you probably get see what you could do with her. Look at her.
Just a little light complected for you.
Yeah, she's a little bit.
Very pasty.
She's not packing heat either, but I'm saying get one that packs heat.
Tranny dolls.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've gotten any special orders for that.
Definitely.
You think so?
Billionaires, that's who has them now. But they always get everything first, but they'll be available to the general.
I want
working
blonde
man.
hair, blue eyes, 36D, nice hips, and 8 inches.
Is that a Freudian slip, Andrew?
Yeah.
Definitely, it'll be the working man will have it. In a few
I
years.
thought
No
you're
doubt about
I
it.
thought you're past that. I thought you got
What?
that out of your system.
Well, yeah, I have. I haven't done it. I don't think about it as much.
So tell us about your Ibogaine. Or
Is
tell the maniacs about your Ibogaine.
Is that a new mole on your ear? I don't remember
I think
seeing
it's
that
either from
before.
using the neck harness or my
me see.
CPAP. There's a
I've never
strap.
seen that
Oh
before.
yeah, that's
It's
sticking
getting
out.
bigger. It's been gone for like 10 years. There's something I do in the gym.
Did it go away by itself, or did you get it
It
removed?
does. It falls off and then it comes back. But it's something I do in the gym or with CPAP because the strap gets on it somehow. But it's been there for a while. It's probably not, one of those things. But I'm not
It's
worried
called
about
getting old. I'm getting a few of those myself.
Yeah. Melanoma, skin cancer.
Dun
Yeah.
dun.
Big Rich is
Yeah, it's
not
not a
holy
joke.
hell
man.
from that. Of course, he was a sunbather.
Oh well, yeah.
back
He
in the
said he
day.
used to oil himself
You-
up on
you-
Miami Beach.
You know,
That's real smart.
You know who else too had a bunch of shit removed and has got some pretty big scars. Anyone who watched the old Delray Misfit videos, remember Sean with the orange visor,
Oh yeah.
who I still see at Boca LA Fitness. He had 3 or 4 of those things removed.
They said that was
They
from
had
the
they
sun.
had to incise real deep to get him out too. He
He
had
said that was from the sun.
Yep, just like Big Richard, sun worshiper his whole life.
Some people cannot handle that type of direct sun.
Yeah, because Richard's kind of freckly, so he's got the fair skin anyway. He shouldn't be out like that. If you're fair skinned, you can't.
Yeah, I think Sean's got one right like by his collarbone. That was one, and there's one on his thigh. He was showing me this was about 2 months ago.
So my grandfather died of skin cancer.
Not a very
spread.
very painful way to
He was
die.
he was a red, and he was,
Very painful. Hell on earth.
when he was growing up. He was born in 1915. He never had sunscreen or none of that
No.
shit. So he had
Well,
big
sunscreen doesn't do jack shit.
Yeah.
It's probably worse.
I get more burnt when I wear fucking sunscreen for some reason. I haven't worn sunscreen in years. That's why I'm always fucking red. Everybody, red face alcoholic. No, it's because I'm in the sun almost 8 fucking hours a day, asshole.
Your essential fats supplementated or taken in through your dietary intake first and foremost, and that you have to have a certain kind of skin that is acclimated to that.
Well, the media just wants to tell you to throw a mask on and stay in your fucking house instead of get some vitamin D and go exercise. It's ridiculous.
Well, we got to monetize this, Brad. That'll shut us down. Sad to say, maniacs.
Oh, we can't.
We can't speak about this,
Right.
or else you're not going to hear it. We're going to be gone.
That's why that's part of the reason why we never do shit, because a lot of our content is against the fucking agenda right now. We'll get fucking flagged and deleted.
There are topics we want to talk about, but
you fucking can't.
I never thought 2 years
You're risking
ago
your
this would
YouTube
happen,
channel.
but it is.
Yeah.
It's happened to maniacs. I apologize on our behalf, but there has to be another forum where we can do an anything goes. Someone has to start something on a non-censored type free speech.
I heard there was another one called Rumble, and then Parler. Parler's like an Instagram, Rumble's like a YouTube. But I heard on there now they're fucking starting to flag and delete shit too. I mean,
remember during World War II, those countries that they call it free radio, Britain, something like that.
how about the fucking National Enquirer? How the fuck is that still on the stands? Most of that,
I don't know. Good
that
question.
shit's fucking nonsense.
There's a
Why
disclaimer.
Oh yeah.
It's for entertainment purposes only. But
So what if you say your
They
YouTube
have
channel's
good
for
lawyers.
Yeah, so is
entertainment
this.
purposes only? What the fuck?
do we have
It's
good
an
lawyers?
opinion.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
You don't know. They don't know about. So that's true.
it's fucked. It's sad. You gotta constantly censor ourselves, which stinks. That makes you not want to do shit. That's what
Who censors when you got a severe change in a country's government to prepare the people, whether fascism or communism? It always starts with censorship.
Yeah.
That's one of the early steps by the playbook, and it's obviously a communistic type of censorship.
and then comes disarming the people. That's
Yes.
next.
Yeah.
That's next. You watch. Start confiscating those guns.
Yeah.
Little by little. First they'll
Yes.
ban assault weapons, which, whatever, I guess I don't have a problem
And
with, all
next,
things
they're
considered.
going to say, for instance, hey, Brad, you got extra bedrooms in your house. You're going to have these people that the government says they're going to live there, and you have no choice in it. There's no more private property.
Synthol Mark is very big on that. He
I hate
Actually-
when you say shit like this because I want to disagree with you, but I have a feeling you'll probably be right on that one too.
I want to try to find Synthol Mark and I were emailing each other about 10 days ago. I want to see if I can find his emails.
Before that happens, you're moving in. I don't want any extra.
At the government's discretion, they're going to tell you. What do they check out? And I'm sure many of you do. Check out the Great Awakening that happened in China with Mao Zedong. You want to see some of the most disgusting censorship and government. It makes the Soviet Union's Russian Revolution look like a joke. You're talking, they would take all the intellectuals, tie their hands up, put them right in front of their business. And you know who was doing this? The youth, the educated, even elementary school children. They would have elementary school children in China take a principal out in front of the school, tie them up, make them eat nails.
What?
And swallow nails and kill, yes. Put signs. They take their parents out of their house, put a sign over that's translated to say, capitalistic pig, and they'd whip them. Little kids, little girls, make an adult eat nails. And worse. Check it out. And everybody, all the little Maoists had their little red book. It was Mao Zedong's Guide to How to Live. The little red book. And a lot of people in universities, because that happened in the 60s, a lot of the people in universities in this country thought that was great. And they were having, in English translations, walking around campuses with little red books, like at Berkeley, NYU,
When was this?
at a lot of places during the 60s.
60s.
Yeah, making them eat nails. Swallow nails. How about little kids coming up, a gang of them. And, of course, the college age and the high school age would come out in mobs and beat store owners, doctors, professionals. No private property, they would say. Everything belongs to the government.
Oh,
You're evil because you have savings. You have a business.
there's still lockdowns going on, man. Fucking up almost.
Fucking up the
9
middle
months.
class, the small business owners.
Yeah. Meanwhile, McDonald's can stay open. That great healthy
Yeah.
food can stay. All the fast
Amazon opening up like crazy.
But what's the agenda? 'Cause I was in Walmart 2 days ago. It was packed. It was packed.
food.
Yeah.
Fucking packed. Yeah. And you can buy
But-
clothes in Walmart too, but a little shop, mom and pop shop that sells.
want 'em gone.
clothes. No, clothes.
The agenda is
The fuck.
it's a worldwide agenda now. It's a couple dozen billionaires, Bill Gates being one of them, Soros, a lot of unnamed people we don't even know about, that want to control the world by 2030. They want a one world government.
They already kind of do.
They're going to say who lives and who dies. They want equality. Some of them think they're being benevolent and they're
equality,
helping
but
the
not
world.
equal to them.
Can I ask you a question though? Let's say the government that you claim they're seeking existed 30 years ago. They never would have become billionaires. They would have been victims of the very government you say they're now trying to implement.
True.
So why would they want to implement that?
Well, they're going to make more money in a communistic government. Remember, Raul, what's his name?
Bill Gates doesn't have enough fucking money now? How much
He
is
wants
enough?
more power and control. You remember Castro and Che Guevara, who all the commie cookie cutters have Che shirts and flags. You know, they had giant screen TVs and fancy type motorcycles driving around Havana that nobody knows about.
Che Guevara, isn't that his name?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Kaepernick was wearing a Che Guevara shirt.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Of course.
you don't get censored for that.
Or it was a Castro shirt. One of the
Yeah,
other.
one of the two
Yeah.
scumbags. He's another one. Took away all the private property. Nobody had air condition. I remember Hugo Chavez, that bum that died, made Venezuela communist. I saw a meeting in the Venezuelan cabinet where he was telling everybody every citizen should have a 3-minute shower. He goes, I do it every day, and I don't smell. Because I come in, I turn a little water, I soap up, I shut it off. He goes, I can shower in 3 minutes.
Well, they had water restrictions in California. What was it, last year when they went through a drought? They were telling people
They can get water anywhere. There's pipelines. Get it from the Hoover Dam. We can stretch all the way out there. That's one good thing about it.
Got it from the cooling station over there.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I don't want to hear drought. They say it in Florida too. Drought and conserve. Well, like Jimmy Carter pulled that shit in the 70s. He used to turn the heat down in the White House in the winter. He goes, I'm fine walking around in a coat and sweaters in the White House. What a great inspirational leader he is.
I don't fucking get it, man.
I do.
All this shit's happening right before our eyes.
It's
and
plain
there's
to
nothing.
see.
Right.
We know the
Right.
agenda. And quite frankly, nobody's doing anything about
You
it.
can't do shit about it.
Because people don't want to because it's uncomfortable. Like I said, people say they're not going to get a chip. You're going to suffer. You're not going to buy, sell. You're going to lose your job.
We already have a chip right here. Your fucking
That's true.
cell phone. That's your chip.
Yeah.
This fucking thing, every time I get in the car, it tells me how many minutes it takes to get to work or to get home. How the fuck you know
Good
I'm going,
point.
I'm going to work? This is our chip already. That's a fucking...
My favorite is if you're just talking about something and you happen to look at your phone and you scroll on Instagram and then you see an advertisement for what you were just talking about.
emails, too.
Correct.
Fucking emails.
On Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram.
Yep.
Scary shit.
Yeah. Well, just in case you're not beside your phone,
Right.
they want to make sure.
You have to turn it completely fucking off.
Does people know I don't want to talk about this because it's going to just kill us maniacs, but the hazards of vaccinations, that's not something you want to rush. That's not something you want to take. I want to be the first. People have become paralyzed from that in certain vaccinations in the 50s. Look it up.
I heard they already started them in the UK.
I think
They're giving them two different kinds because they're trying to cover all bases. That's real
there's
smart.
not enough data, man. There's not enough data for me to take that. Sorry.
Yeah, but it might get to a point where you can't go to work unless you've been fucking vaccinated.
Well, I was about to say what happened
Absolutely.
because
Then what?
you know Qantas Airlines already said they're going to not let people on board unless they can prove that they got vaccinated. So then JetBlue's going to follow, and this one's going to follow, and then you're not going to be able to go to a
You
Dolphins
won't be able
game.
to buy or sell, so you're going to suffer. You ready for that, people? Make your move. I know what my move is. If I got to go down dying and fighting, so be it.
I think they said that some people who got the vaccine are suffering from Bell's palsy, which is temporary facial
fucking
paralysis. You read that?
Yes. Yes.
And then others are, unbeknownst to them, are allergic to it. They've gone into anaphylactic shock.
Let me give you a scenario. I was hospitalized a few times under heavy tranquilizers. I remember waking up, not seeing anything, hearing, and not being able to move. Do you know that is the most god-awful feeling on earth? You want to have a panic attack? How would you like not to be able to talk? You're sitting there, you could hear and see, and you can't express, and you got people doing this to you, doing that to you, and you can't say nothing.
What is
and
that?
You got
What is that called? That medicine called?
Which one?
That they to give him that.
Ketamine.
Oh.
Yeah, sounds like you were in a K-hole. Isn't that what they call it?
Yes, it's a horrible feel, but could you just imagine the anxiety coming on, and you can't even tell anybody you're going through it. You can't even write.
That was my biggest fear before my shoulder surgery, that I would somehow wake up during the general anesthesia and I'd feel the pain but couldn't move or talk.
Yeah, nobody would know.
I
Yeah.
had such a phobia of it.
But that's what you're looking
the
at.
anesthesiologist's job.
When you're paralyzed,
Yeah.
that's what you're looking at. And you could live for 50 years on it. So, and you have nurses' aides coming and people abusing you. You can't say a damn thing. They'll shove something up your ass, some pervert. Happens all the time. And that's what you could get out of a vaccine. So
That reminds me of that movie. What was it? Kill Bill, when she's in like a coma and the orderlies bringing guys in to pay and fuck her while she's in the coma.
That's right.
Sick,
Jesus.
Man. Sick mind of Tarantino. Did you ever see that movie?
But this isn't going to be a movie, Brad. This is real life. This isn't your Star Wars lightsaber. Jurassic Park.
Speaking of that, you watched The Mandalorian? That's a great fucking
No, I
show.
haven't.
It's a good show.
Never heard of her. And for you out there, Pomps, E.T., the movie you saw as a young child, which to this day has you fascinated with extraterrestrials. You have all the dolls in your house, E.T. phone home, the speak and spell.
Oh, the government said a few months ago,
Speak and
too,
Spell was a great
that
toy.
they've been
Yeah, you learn
identified UFOs and shit. Or whatever. You saw some of those ads.
Yeah.
Okay. How come they're only seen in America? Why?
I don't
Nowhere
know.
else around the world?
Because we have a little bit of
Because everybody's on
freedom of speech
Ibogaine
left.
tripping and seeing shit. How was that, by the way?
it's a life-changing experience.
Don't fucking bullshit me. Don't just say that because they paid all that fucking money to do it and you got to be honest. Enough of it. Don't bullshit me. Life-changing experience. What did it fucking do?
You have to go through it to understand.
Shitting blood? No thanks. No
It's a
thanks.
fucking mushroom trip. Of course, it's going to change your way of thinking for a little bit. It's a temporary. I'm not sold on that shit. I'm really not. And
It's experience. That's all I can
I think
really
for the
say.
amount of money that it was, and I know you don't want to knock it because it's very generous for them to do that and help you out. But I think for that,
Let me ask you, what was your intent of going out there and doing it? What was the reason for it?
Mainly to open my anabolic receptors and allow your.
So it had
juice
nothing to
work
do
better.
with drugs or anything like that? Like for
Well, I don't consider myself addicted to drugs. I'll indulge in certain performance-enhancing substances from time and again. But
you're not a junkie on the side of the street.
Well, it's not a junkie anywhere. It's not like I need to take a drug, but it definitely gives a new lease on life as far as how you think about things, how you look at things.
It opened your mind a little bit.
It made me act less impulsively and understand other
For
people.
now. You picked up that chick a couple weeks ago after you did that fucking treatment.
Is that something wrong with that,
That's
Brad?
impulsive.
Picking up a chick? That's not impulsive.
I could tell you one thing that I think it did cure, and it might be worth that fucking money, is you're twitching less. Your nose isn't fucking...
Listen to this guy. Brad, you need Ibogaine just to be able to think
I'll
correctly.
give it a shot, but I wouldn't pay that fucking amount of money for it. I think it's a fucking ripoff. I do. I'm sorry to Amin, Marvin, whatever. I think that was a total fucking ripoff. Just my opinion.
ballpark figure. What was the
Well,
cost?
that's a typical.
I'm not gonna say what it was,
That's
but-
a typical uneducated opinion. Didn't try it. What
That's
if
fine.
I tell you your pot smoking's a waste of time, But
You're right.
You
You're
love
right.
it, and
You're
it's
right.
on. You feel the
You're
greatest
absolutely
feeling
right.
on it. So how can I say that to you?
You can say it to me.
I can't because I didn't experience it like you did.
Bullshit. You smoke pot.
No,
man.
I didn't.
Bullshit.
I just got after effects, mostly from you.
Bullshit. You were smoking pot the night before you left. When we were at the Halloween party, you lying fuck.
I was not.
Yes, you were. We were in the parking lot smoking a joint, you lying fuck.
I don't remember.
Yeah, right. Give me a fucking break. This fucking guy, love it. Grow some balls. Or Ibogaine took away your testicles. Because I see you on these podcasts with fucking Palumbo and letting all these fucking goombas talk over you and shit.
We
You didn't
talk
get a
over
fucking
me.
Word in
Talk about
edgewise.
what?
I don't know, but you're like a fucking...
What am I supposed to say? Start talking
know.
like that? I'm not a cookie cutter.
No, but why
you
the-
went with those goombas with Howard Frank and his cast of pot smokers, and you
None
were
of them
talking.
smoke pot,
You were
actually.
talking just like him.
Bullshit, Lenny.
When I go on something, I'm my own man.
have-
I act the way I want to. What is there to talk about?
I don't know. They wouldn't even let you get a fucking...
Was that
word
an
in
intelligent
edgewise.
subject? In my opinion, no.
So
Am
what-
I glad to be on the show? Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to engage in it because I'm not a cookie cutter. Let's talk about something closer to my
Hey,
intelligence.
Lenny, tell us about your trannies. Let's hear about your trannies, Lenny.
Yeah, Palumbo was really lowering the bar there. Just watching it, I was getting annoyed for you.
Yeah, it's like, come on,
Everything
man.
with him has to
Five
go back to a
fuck-
fucking
a
a tranny
I
joke.
couldn't
It's
watch
like,
more than
give it a
5
break,
seconds.
man.
Well, for
Nobody
me,
can get a
I'm
word
with the David Ikes, the Jordan Petersons, the Lex Friedmans, those type of people, the Ben Shapiro. That's my intellect level.
I understand.
So I'm not going to
But you're
change
like
the way I am.
mealy fucking, you don't fucking say anything.
What do you
Speak
want me
your
to say?
mind. I don't know.
I went and saw Star Wars.
Say, how about
and
you-
the lightsabers? It was a life-changing experience.
Say, hey, Dave, you're so concerned with my tranny hunting. What about yours? How many trannies
Brad,
did you
I
fuck,
wasn't
Dave?
offended by what he said. How's
No,
that?
but it's annoying. Like, is that always?
Well, that's your opinion,
You do the
Brad.
whole interview about the Ibogaine
Are you
shit, and all
speaking-
this guy wants to talk about is your fucking did it cure your tranny hunting and your dick sucking abilities or whatever. It was fucking ridiculous.
Okay, well,
Fucking stand up for yourself.
Leave a comment. I mean, stand up for myself. In what way? To say, hey, I'm a cookie cutter? How dare you talk to me this way? I'm Mr.
No, it's
Cool.
not that. It's like, come on, man. What are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about here?
That's not my podcast.
You're right.
He brought up the subject.
That's a
I'm,
good
I'm
point.
being a polite guest that I am, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
All right, so you can
How
let,
do
you can let
Brad,
it all
how
out
do you
here.
Take over a podcast.
Because
what am I going to say?
Because when you go on those podcasts with these dipshits, I want you to be like this, the way you are with us, and not a fucking
I don't see
bitch.
anybody. I don't see anybody that is so blatantly Freudianistic like you are.
What does that mean?
Freudianistic.
Freudianistic.
You're saying things with no actual experience.
No, because I
You're-
don't watch any of that shit unless you're on it. And when I see you on it, I'm like, why the fuck isn't he being himself? You don't seem like you're yourself when you're doing those.
Were you yourself when you got that ink on your body, Brad?
Yes.
I'm still waiting for an answer. And why won't you attend the Jay Masters fight? That's the elephant in the closet. that needs to
You know
come
what?
out.
Maybe I will.
What do you mean maybe?
Maybe I will.
You don't want to see that man. Ooh, that man.
I don't want to be around. He's a piece of shit. I don't want anything to do with him.
You can carry Jay's spit
Okay?
bucket.
After everything he said, it's unforgivable to me. I don't give a fuck about your higher. Oh, you got to forgive. No, I don't, and I'm not going to. Okay,
That's not a good way to
I
live.
forgive that asshole.
If
many
you don't
times.
forgive, that stress and that guilt is on you,
No,
and
it's
you
not.
carry
I
with
feel
that the rest
no
of your life.
fucking stress or guilt about it whatsoever.
Well, if you
my
did-
life's a lot better without him
If you
around me.
forgave or forgive and forget, you wouldn't have any. But you're carrying that to your grave.
No, I
and
don't give a
it's
fuck.
been shown to reduce people's lifespan and reduce their quality of health.
So be it.
I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about any physician would say that.
Okay.
When you things that
Oh, a doctor now? A doctor would tell me that?
well, that's someone that you
Now you're...
that's someone that you will listen to. and
Okay.
basically, you know,
Okay.
like is the
That's
truth.
you is fine. You want to accept that fucking behavior? You can.
What behavior?
What? I don't need to.
What behavior?
What behavior?
What are you talking about here?
I don't know. I forgot. Let's move on. Let's move on. I said what I had to say in my last live. I held back a little. I don't need to say anymore.
Why are you holding back? Get it off your chest.
I did.
That's been shown
I
to
did.
increase your quality
But you
of life.
you want to fucking push me. You want to, Well, I told you.
We're going to have a great time. Andrew's going to film it. I'll
Absolutely.
be there.
Absolutely.
You'd be missing if you didn't come. PJ will be there, be part of the Mets. And you know what? You're going to get trolled. Where's Brad? The rest of your life. Why did he not show up for that fight?
I just told
And
you.
everyone's
why.
going to come out with an opinion. And maniacs, feel free to leave a comment on this one. Why do you think Brad doesn't want to attend? Because I'd like answers. That's what we do on this podcast. We get
I think he
answers.
already did answer. He doesn't want to see
I thought I
Jay.
did. I don't want to
What
be
is
around
it?
the fucking guy. I don't want to be around Jay.
Around. What do you mean?
What does that mean?
You tell me. You got to go up and kiss him?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to see him anywhere near me ever
But
again.
hold on.
Lenny.
Imagine if Adam won. Wouldn't you want to be there for that monumental event? Imagine missing that.
Adam
Hey,
could be
guess
playing
what? You missed
possum.
it. Adam knocked him out.
Adam could be playing possum. He shows some pretty weak punches on that films, but I think he's doing that he's going to really light him up. He's like Tyson once he gets going. And I think with all that, he's in shape, lost some weight, he can move, he can fatigue him. He's going to come in for the kill for some shots.
All right, you convinced me. I'm going.
There we go. Good job, Lenny. Nicely done.
Was that so hard?
No, it wasn't. You're right. I'll go. Fuck it.
And then he could cry out. He could be laying on the ground. Brad, I'm sorry. Somebody help me. Just like when he passed out at your place, you had to drag him across the
I
room.
wish I fucking filmed that.
And
Oh, my
if you don't help him, I could understand that. When he's laying there bleeding and huffing and puffing.
I highly doubt any of this will happen.
And then Adam comes out and spits a loogie on him at the end. What we should do,
Fucking
I know Jay's not going to
cringe
hear this.
fucking
What we
city.
should do, if he happens to get the upper hand, all the people Jay ever challenged, including PJ, myself, we ought to jump Jay. Start kicking him.
No. Hey, stop it. Don't give him any excuses
true, yeah.
to back out now.
That's right, yeah. That's
Well,
true.
I heard one. He's gonna jump me after. I'm not doing that.
But 6 people start kicking him.
Even that guy who's in the wheelchair out in California.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Country Crush.
Yeah.
Oh, I spoke to him.
He wheels out there and
I know you did, right? You have him
He
sending
told
you some
me,
stuff.
He
how'd that
spoke
go?
to Jay. He said, Jay, he says, you said you want to fight me? He goes, in about 30 seconds, you'll be in a coffin. and then he said, I told Jay, he goes, yeah, I did time in prison. To me, prison is playtime. I like it there. He goes, I'll go there again. And Jay started apologizing. Just imagine that.
And that whole situation was caused because Jay fell for a fake profile, correct?
Right. He did the same shit with me. Remember with the whole living abortion
Yeah.
thing? It was
Yep.
that account that looks like mine but doesn't have the underscore at the end. Oh, Brad said you're living abortion. That's what started the whole thing.
Jeez,
Instead of reaching out to you or me, if he didn't want to reach out to me, he could have asked you and you
Yeah.
would have told him, Jay, it's a fucking troll. I was tracked.
That's my rule that goes back with Genova for 10 years. If you ever have a question about something, call me.
ask.
Call.
That's it.
I'll verify it or tell you it's
Yeah,
bullshit.
you told me that a few times when there was some misinformation for someone that will remain nameless.
Which one?
Which one? The
I
one that
don't know
wears the
what
same outfit you do.
Oh, about pumps?
Someone that will remain nameless, Brad.
Same
What?
outfit.
Oh, well,
Edit it out.
why? I don't know what you're talking about.
Pops
though.
wears leather.
No, but he doesn't rip us off with the shirts either, because that's another thing Jay wanted to go on and on about and discredit him and get the whole Misfits thing shut down because he didn't make the money that he thought he should make. When Pomps did give him money, he didn't like what he gave him. And at the beginning, Jay was all for it. Remember, he was sending him ideas for shirts, and they were working together. Oh, we'll sell this. His shit doesn't sell because people are scared to wear that shit out in public. Even when we were making them, remember, Andrew would get all the orders and show, look, Jay do a pre-sale. Jay sold 8 shirts. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
I wonder why, Jay. You just show up for one of your fights, maybe. I'm serious. If he doesn't show up, I think there should be some retribution. So we're looking forward to it. That's our holiday entertainment. That's big time Mets.
Yeah.
And Adam, you owe it to Adam. I mean, he's worked hard for it.
Wasn't Adam free and clear of the Genovaverse?
Yeah, I don't understand why he got all this. He wanted to get out of the piss, delete the new Universal Order. I'm done with all this shit. Goodbye, or see you later. One of them fucking.
Well, he grew some balls. He didn't say, "I didn't want to be around that man."
It lasted like
I'm
a
going to
week.
pound
I think
that
it was
man.
a week.
Something
I'm
like
going to pound that man
yeah.
into submission. So hats off, Adam.
Yeah, Jay kind of brought it all back, but you could just ignore it.
Yeah.
How's that been working out?
I know.
What,
I ignored him for a while, but
ignoring
then
Jay?
Yeah. After he just keeps poking and poking, he's like he's just like that little annoying kid that keeps pestering you till you do something.
Well, Adam may just do some poking on him, and it's going to hurt. That's what I saw.
Lenny's shadow boxing. He was mimicking Adam's pad work.
That's about the extent of it.
People listening to this can't see the visual right now that Lenny's doing.
Yeah, well.
3 1-minute rounds. I don't get that either. I think you're right, Brad. Just let him fucking brawl till someone drops.
No time frame. Just here. Ding, ding, go. Whoever drops first. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Or whoever taps just says, I'm done. What the fuck? We need rules. You're not the IFBB or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
Jay's
You know,
case before he taps.
the WBC rules.
I want my mommy. Then he'll tap.
Hey, maybe mommy could be the ring card girl.
Oh.
Ooh.
Get her some of your. Get some of the leather you're not wearing right now and make a nice little dominatrix outfit for her.
Jeez. 2 things you can't talk about with Jay is his leg injury and his mom. That's what sets him off.
Well, Hamburg did that.
What about
Did
Adam's
a
leg
real good
injury?
job
I
of
think it was worse. Almost getting cut in half.
But that wasn't his fault.
Right.
There's a difference.
There's both. See, they're both.
Jay
pretty
feels
evenly
stupid
matched.
about his. So
They're evenly matched.
Evenly matched, Lenny? Are you fucking kidding me? How the fuck is that an even match?
Serious leg injuries for both of them. So
Adam, I think, said he's down at 215. Jay's 330. He's 6 foot. Adam's like 5'8". I don't see evenly matched.
So Jay's got a height advantage, reach advantage, strength advantage, hard head advantage.
no wind.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to chase him around.
It's
He
not a
can just
12-round
stand
fight.
there. He could just stand there and counterpunch. I mean, what would you do? You would get winded too.
No, I'd come at him. I'd come right at him.
Yeah.
Just punching roundhouses everywhere.
Swinging for
Right
the
to the
fences.
face. It's not going to do anything. Hit him in the gut or the chest. It's going to be the face, and him should do the same to me. Whoever gets knocked out first. Of course, I'd wear a mouthpiece, and I'd.
Yeah, you got to wear a mouthpiece. Oh, we'll see.
How about we have Jay and Adam versus JT at the same time? My money's on JT.
I don't know about that. Meow Man challenged. He wanted me to shut up JT. He says he didn't like little tattooed punks that think they're tough. So,
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
When did he tell you that?
a couple years ago. He goes, will you please get on there and you shut him up?
That's when he was still in the videos with us, probably. He got back in a good shape. He just turned 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Well, he's a little out of my weight class.
He was Golden Gloves, I think, in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Semi-pro fighter.
Lenny just
I
rolled.
call
with
that the heroin circuit.
Heroin.
You know,
circuit.
the heroin addicted fighters from Jersey.
Who told you that?
90% of them or more.
Really? I'll have to fact check that one.
With who?
JT's actually starting a podcast.
Yeah, he's got quite the setup too.
Yeah, he
Jeez,
does.
did you see that?
His business is going good.
What is his business?
Building Harleys.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's
That's really
better than being unemployed.
He's a tough guy.
Right?